right, so it is the middle of April in 2024. I have decided to document as best I can my journey experience back into the life insurance world. I started back in the winter, actually December of 22. Um, got into it helping a friend that generously helped me get licensed and everything. Then made the decision to try to go out on my own as an independent broker. Um, for all you existing insurance agents, non-captive versus captive, which is what I technically was when I first started. Um, and so made the decision to go out on my own as an independent broker. Made a connection with a gentleman through a sales group on Facebook, actually with a couple different guys. Ended up not going with the gentleman that I originally made contact with. Went with the second gentleman, and started getting connected with him, getting my contracting squared away with the different carriers underneath that IMO, and spent. Uh, just put it this way: I never made any money off of that. Um, the only policies I sold were two policies I sold to family members, and that was it. Never made enough money. I spent more on leads than I made money on anything. Um, there's most likely me and my lack of training on how to approach. This was a side note. This was a 100% telesales um, opportunity, and the reason I wanted that was because I had also started working from home in September of 22 as my full-time job, taking me out of the field, the industry that I was that I have known since I was working 18 years old or so. And so I started working from home. That was like, I would like to find a way to earn more money, but on my own terms, quote unquote, and figure life insurance would be the best thing for it, best way to accomplish that. Um, so I am licensed in 3 different states. Got that all squared away. Well, I was only needed to be licensed in the once in my resident state once I got started, because I was working with that my buddy, and I was a captive captive agent technically. So once I went on my own, then as leads came in and I ran applications, I got licensed in those states, and those were additional states were Texas and Mississippi. You know, luck of the draw, the health conditions that those people had did not allow them to get approved for what they were looking for, and they were not willing to go with something that was less than what they wanted, despite their health conditions limiting them on what they could get. Not much I can do about it. So, did that for quite a few months through 2023, almost the entire year. And during this time, I also have a financial coaching business that is very slow, and it's as of my own doing that it's very slow because I don't have any ad spend to kind of get the word out. I'm just using social media and letting my posts hopefully reach as many people as possible, and somebody gets interested and reaches out. That's what I'm doing there. If I have more cash flow and the money to pay for ad spend, then I will probably do that when the time comes. But as of right now, no ad spend. So that's that. Um, but I'm going back to the life insurance world with the gentleman that I originally made contact with when I was interested in doing this. It's a different approach. It is a little bit of telesales, reaching out, getting the appointment, But then the overwhelming majority of it is going to be me going to the house of the lead. And these are all warm, hot leads. And I will be having some one-on-one training here at the end of April with my upline slash coach. He will be flying in from out of state, and we will be spending 2.5, 3 days together of one-on-one coaching, going into the field, watching what he does, learning, and then doing it myself as well. I know I'm going to fumble and screw up my, not necessarily my script, but the steps that I'm going to follow. It's a very loose script on what is used to approach these people, but the steps are all the same, right? I know I'm going to screw up, being nervous, doing this for the first time this way. But, the income potential outweighs the negative and the nervousness and everything that I'm feeling. So the intent is to be able to get the life insurance side of things and the financial coaching side of things to a point where I can just do that 100% and not have to worry about a 9 to 5. I've seen other agents with this IMO that have been able to leave their full-time jobs within 3 months. I have seen other agents that have been selling, excess of $15,000 of APV in a week. The potential's there, right? I have to put in the work. That doesn't mean that I'm going to see those same results, but my goal, within 6 months, and I think I'm being overly generous on myself, is to be able to get to a point where I'm earning enough income and I'm at a spot where I can comfortably say I'm leaving my 9 to 5 and it be a non-issue. If I could do that sooner, that would be amazing, because I love the flexibility and the freedom of working for myself allows me. There's things that my wife and kids that we love to be able to go do, and I don't like being limited by vacation time and being paid for my time off, or if I have any time off PTO left, or if I don't, I'm not going to get paid for the time off. I want to be to a point where if I am still working my 9 to 5 and I use up all my PTO, it doesn't matter, because I'm earning enough with the insurance side of things that it doesn't matter in the end. And then as well as, getting to the point, like I said before, of leaving the 9 to 5 to do this 100%. So just want to start documenting this. This is the first thing I'm recording in regards to this process. I'll do my best, do my best to do this on a regular basis as it's needed. But yeah, it's daunting, it's scary, it's intimidating, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm anxious to get started. I've got my E&O in place. It's errors and omissions insurance, for those of you that don't know. That's all squared away. I've got a lot of my contracts back with carriers, just waiting on a handful of other ones to come back approved, which should be a problem because I was contracted with most of these companies before with the previous IMO, so it shouldn't be an issue. So wish me luck, and I will enjoy documenting and tracking this for all of you, and look forward to your feedback.